Hi everybody, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you in this workflow how to merge data from different sources, transform binary data, generate files, and then finally send notifications about them. And so the final workflow looks something like this. I'll run it in a minute here, but just to give you an overview of what we're doing, HTTP. The first part of this workflow, which is here, we're going to use the HTTP request node to get data from API endpoint that stores our company data. And then we are going to merge that with records from our Airtable. And then once we have that, we're going to sort, have some conditions here, convert a file, and then send a message to Gmail. And then with this other branch, we're just going to group the items in groups of 5, perform some manipulation here in the edit field, reformat the date and time, and then again, convert the file to a binary. And that's going to loop over in our groups of 5. So I'm going to execute the workflow, and I will have an email now in my Gmail confirming that it's complete. So that's that email there. And then we'll have our loop overs in groups of 5 here. So you can see, we can download the files. But yeah, stick around. I'll show you how I built this. We'll go through the whole walkthrough and building that right now. So first thing that we're going to need is basically we'll be merging data from different sources, transforming binary data, generating files, and then finally sending a notification. And then first thing we're going to do is I'll do it in like 3 parts. So we need to get data from a bunch of different sources. So let's start with that. And the first thing I'm going to need is our good old manual trigger. An HTTP request node, I think is the next step. So I already have an API endpoint that we're going to use. It's going to be get method. And let me just find the URL here, that data set. And put that in there. Authentication should be generic, credential type. And then generic auth type. Header auth. All right, so I think we need to create new credentials. And I have the auth name. I'm going to add in the value, but okay, value is added. So we added in the API, the name and the value for our auth header. Let's call this L2 workflow. Save that. And then And then here we're just specifying our parameters. I have an ID. I'm just gonna grab. Okay, and I think we should be good there. Executed it, and here's our output. Got our good old employee list, and the order price, and the order status, and the customer IDs, of course. Okay, so we go ahead and just pin that one for now. So we have that. And then I think next we want our Airtable node. Search records probably. No, I don't want it there. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is use the Airtable node to list data from the customers table. Okay, so in this Airtable, I want to list the data from the customers table where we had previously updated the field, region, and subregion. So, this should be. All right. So we have our information from that table. And then the next stage is to merge. What I want to do next is merge the data from this Airtable and the HTTP request node. And I want to match on the customer ID field. So this field and this field. Okay, I should probably pin this as well. And then a merge node. So I want to combine fields to match this customer ID. Oops, they're not connected. No. Okay. So customer ID, keep matches. I think that's what I want to do. Let's see what this gives us. So we have order 1. All right, we'll keep going. Figure out if we messed up somewhere along the way, but I think we're good for now. And then the next step I'm going to do is sort the data by order price. So I need a sort node right here. And I want to sort by order price. So let's do that. Descending. Voila. Okay. So that is the first part of this. Let's go ahead and save. And then the next thing we want to do is generate a file for regional sales. Okay. I want to use I want to get the sales that are just orders from the Americas. So we have 29 items. Hold on. Okay. All right, let's add an if node here. Yeah, we want just the Americas, I believe. So I do that. If region is equal to Americas. So we have 9 in our true and 20 in our false. Okay. All right. So my task here is to convert each of these. Here we go. Oops, where am I? let's do convert to CSV. And I would like to convert each item to a separate file, but I need to figure out how to name each report based on the order ID. So let me see if I can ask our AI assistant. Let's see what it gives me. With this convert file node, I want to transform the input data from JSON to a binary format, and I would like to convert each item into a separate file, and each report should be named based on the order ID. How would I do that? Hopefully it gives me the answer I'm looking for. Okay, so we have instructions on how to do that, it looks like. So I'm going to do order, and then I'm going to drag in the order ID. Oh, I don't think sorry. Let me go back a step, show you guys what I did. So basically, add in a file name here, and I'm going to just name it the way I want on the order ID, include it in the file name, and then .csv, right? That's what we're doing. And I don't know if this is going to, the node will automatically process each input item separately. All right. Looks like one file to me. All right, so clearly did not upload this as separate files for each order. So all right, we'll take a pause and come back. Gonna go work out and come back and we'll figure this out. But figure it out we will. All right. Okay, so picking back up with this workflow, we had left off yesterday trying to figure out how to get this data file into multiple separate orders. But I think for the purposes of this, I'm just going to continue. We're going to output one binary file, and then going to just keep going for now. And maybe we'll figure the rest of it out later. But next up, we want this to be sent to Gmail as a message. So I have my Gmail account already attached here. Send which Gmail account? Which Gmail account do I even have set up here? I remember which one I have set up now, but anyway, okay, that's fine. Let's send it to testing. Testing. I don't really care of the messages right now. Hello. Please find attached the order file. Nothing on an attachment. Should be data file, so name matches that. Okay. And I think that is it. Let's see if that runs. Let's see if I got an email. Okay, so I'm in my Gmail account now. And we can see that, yep, I do have the email come through. There's the attachment. So that worked as it should. Okay, cool. Later. And so let's keep building. So the next part, we need to generate files for total sales. So I need to loop over items here. And what this does, this will basically split the data from the items list into batches of 5. So here we have, I think, 29 items. So it's going to split it into batches of 5. And then let's go from there. So I think here, spread this out a little bit. Batch size 5. So we had 29 here, and then we have 5 here. Got it. And with this node, we want to set 4 values referenced with expressions from the previous node. So customer email, customer region. So okay. Region. We want to do, what else did it say? Customer sends. And lastly, we want to do order price. So order price and order price. Okay. All right, I think those are the outputs that we want. All right. So once we've done that, the next step, we want to use the date and time node to change the date format of the customer since field. So I want to change it to, right now it is this format. We want to change it to month, day, and year, right? So find date, time, format of date, I believe it would be. Include input fields, of course. Where is that? That's the customer, this one, right? Did I do that right? Let's see. Okay. Okay, so we've reformatted the date now. Next step we want to do is convert this file, convert it to CSV. And so we have our handy note for that. We already have our input here. Sorry, move this out of the way. I'm just gonna call this sales data. And then for the file name, have a specific file name we want to do. So I already have the expression that I'm going to use for that. And so this is going to be the file name, high orders. This is the expression. And what we're going to do now is, I think that's it. If we execute, we have our file. I'm going to download it. Okay. So this should loop over. If we go and execute the whole thing now from beginning to end, let's see what happens. You know, I'm just going to get rid of this Discord for now because see, we had this ran multiple times in batches of 5. What we wanted, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29, right? But we have the process to work, which is what I took the whole flow to go through to show you how to put this out. Just need to do some troubleshooting on the back end to get the file populated the right way, but I won't bore you with that. This is the workflow. This is how that will run in the end. I found that helpful and useful, and thank you for checking it out. I will see you in the next video. Bye.